So I was just listening to Richard Grannon. It's really hard to articulate what I'm looking at when it comes to the people talking about narcissism. There's things missing. There isn't enough, of course, like with all sciences, which that's not a science at all. Psychology is not a science because it's not a real science. It's a pseudoscience. Real science deals with things, which are objects that you can measure and you can weigh, and then it has to do with the truth, solid truths. There isn't any solid truth that, well, first of all, that the mind can have. The mind doesn't contain any truths. We don't really know where the mind is. We know that there's a bucket of mush up here, and then there's a radiation, and of course we are moving this way and that way through the radiation. It's amazing. And so, but we can't pinpoint how and even why we must deal with it, or do we have to deal with it at all? That's where Zen Buddhism comes in, and a lot of other ways of being that have just been, I guess, diagnosed too as being enlightened. Very misunderstood subject matter all across the board. So now we have, going back to Richard Grannon and the people who talk about some of the traits of narcissism, see, I have a problem with him saying, here I am as a woman, and he says, well, when you see somebody withdrawing from the world and people, that's a sign of narcissism, because they think they're special, and that but then another thing he says is, and they want to really, the problem that they're having is that they want to make the world believe that, and prove it to the world, and they have a hard time getting the world to believe it. And it's like, well, take me off of that list, because I don't care what the world thinks about me. I never have. So that might be the difference, but you can't just say that it's a sign of narcissism. It probably is, but it's also a sign of a really intelligent person who doesn't want to be fucked with narcissists, who are 80% of the people out there. You get PTS, fucking complex post-traumatic stress syndrome, and unfortunately, yes, you isolate, and that's where I'm at now, but I'm here to tell you that you're just not ready. You have a lot to learn, right? And you're learning it. Don't give them the credit. They will never do the work that they need to do, and they won't. You're not going anywhere with them. Just set them aside and go, I've somehow aligned with this crap, and figure out, well, why is it you now, and what was it? Why wasn't you before, and what can you do to change it again and make it better if you really need that? And the thing is, if you really need it, you're going to keep prodding. Your heart's going to stay open. See, this is what my kind of thing is that I don't have any choice but to stay open and stay open. Be as vulnerable as I am and stay open, because I know that the right thing can come for me. It will, because I trust myself. I have the ability. I can do it. Like I said, I had my 14. I'm not saying that a person is an answer for me. Really, what I'm saying is I'm open for help for help from somebody. See, I know I need to talk to some people that can listen to my position. That I own land here, and I'm feeling kind of stuck, you know. I mean, it's getting to be a financial burden, kind of, you know. But see, all of these things, when I get into the detail of it, yes, go to a counselor. You know what counselors say? Really good therapist, after a while, they log in things for us. This is the only way we even turn this into a science is how many times do people say this, or how many times do they do that? Why do they keep looping back into it? You see, and it's based on what they said constantly over here about that, about their past or something, and they keep lining it up, and it's like this invisible shit, but it's about behaviors, and then, of course, talking. That's what Buddhism is. It's conversation between two people. So scientists are saying that these pseudoscientists are saying the statistics are showing that eventually there's a lot of people that just say, you know what, these people that go and pay $2,000 to $1,500 a session or a month or whatever the session for their therapist or their friend to listen to them and help them or whatever they're doing, slapping them in the face, I don't know. What do they claim? You know what? I just need a good friend. I just need a good friend. So here, take this money. Let's sit down and talk, you know. And they are good friends, perhaps, maybe. No, we can't really depend on that. Not really, not in the West. That's the kind of problem I'm bringing up right now. I'm like, Richard Grannon. First thing he says, well, if they start isolating and withdrawing with the world, well, maybe they're fucking getting ready to build a new Earth or something, and the world is crumbling around them, and you don't go over there. Thank you. I think he's smarter than that, but I'm smarter than that to not just say put that in the pigeonhole, because he did say, and that's the way you got to think. That's the way you have to use your mind. That's the way you have to go deeper to try to understand. He said that one key thing that says, and they're having trouble getting the world to believe them who they are, and it's like never had that problem. Not here. I've always minded my own business, and you can see it over Facebook. I just get over Facebook and write, and people, and like I'll get like 250 friends in one smack because I write an amazing article. Why? Not because I want attention from the world. I'm a good writer, and I know how to convey things. I express in through a lot of mediums, and that did happen to be one of them. My freaking school used to save some of my papers. I wouldn't get them back, but they would say A plus, and I wouldn't even show up. Really, I didn't show up there, you know. I mean, I played my music, and they're like, she came to school. No, doesn't that sound fucking like a narcissist? No, maybe not. Maybe, I don't know, babes. Who cares? There's healthy narcissism. How about that? And what if the healthy narcissists are saying, man, that teacher up there seemed to just hate me. You know, the history teacher thought it was the most important thing to do to just hate me, single me out, target. Is it such a thing? Yeah, narcissists freaking target you, man. If they have a personal hate for you because maybe you're a little taller than them by the time you're in 7th grade, and you have the stats that you do. You know, come on, we can't deny that there's envious, jealous people that will start turning you around. But I'm not claiming that Richard Grannon did that. Thanks for listening to all of this stuff. Boy, what are we gonna do with ourselves? You know, it's like nobody's perfect here. But you know, I do get tired of. You know, I have been. You know, here it is, Valentine's Day, and I'm a lover, babes. But like here I am. Okay, so I have to get all my finances and everything straightened out before I can meet somebody decent. Maybe, yeah, sure, I do agree with that. I that's when I feel secure. You know, it's like, oh God, I don't want to show up needy. You know, you don't want to show up needy and codependent. I know that. I'm not saying that there isn't a God and love doesn't exist. And it's like, Shauna, you meet each other in an imperfect way, and then you bring each other up, right? Not with a fucking narcissist, man. And I just happen to be in a fortunate position, but I can't snap my fingers and make it work for me. Say like how I can just sell some things. You know, I need to sell some things. I've uh I've been fucked with. You know, there are black magicians around me also. This whole fucking nation is under the spell, if not the world. If they're influenced by America and what's going on right now, are under black magic. They turn people into these radiators of that kind of consciousness, and they're completely unconscious. I mean, that's basically what the narcissist turns into. You know, they don't like anybody else. Why are they here? You know, why are we not celebrating love and saying, I recognize you, I see you, and And I think we are in a richer place if we associate more and we use each other, not abuse each other. Gee, many Craig.